Ozone faceoff won by Boston. Less than 90 seconds left in regulation. Fratkin. She scores! Kaylee Fratkin. It took the redirection. Boston back in front.
Gigi Marvin falls into the boards, backhanded her. Pelkey scores! Amanda Pelkey, the game winner for Boston in overtime. Their first win of the season. And moments after celebration on the Montreal bench, it's Boston who will get the second point. Here's a rush for Poulin. Drops it off. Murphy's shot is saved. Great blocker save. Possible shorthanded opportunity. Here comes Girard. She scores!
And we have a jailbreak!
How about that? She frees Emily Brown from the penalty box and scores the first shorty of Boston's season. It's 2-1. Tossed ahead. Here comes Minnesota. Turned over right to Heisey. She scores! Taylor Heisey, less than 4 minutes in. The #1 overall pick in the draft, scores the first PWHL goal on American ice.
Toronto gets a turnover. Spooner shoots, and Frankel makes the save. A backhand shot from Nurse, and Frankel makes another. Standing on her head with Boston up a player. The top line and the power kill of Toronto nearly struck. Just over 11 minutes gone. Here's Dubois. Backhand shot. Frankel able to make the save. Once again, Aaron Frankel, a show-stopping save. On the final weekend of the regular season, the stakes don't get any bigger than this. 2 playoff spots are up for grabs, and PWHL Boston could be one of the final teams to sneak into the postseason. Today they face PWHL Montreal, who have already clinched the #2 seed. It's Montreal versus Boston from the Tsongas Center. It's the final weekend of the regular season, and there are still 2 playoff spots up for grabs in the inaugural season of the PWHL. We welcome you to the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts. Montreal versus Boston coming up in just a few minutes here, and we welcome you inside and upstairs. Alongside Bridget Prue, I'm David Korzeniowski, happy to bring you a very exciting game here today. And Bridget, a lot on the line. 3 teams fighting for the final 2 spots in the playoffs.
That's right, a lot of drama in this final weekend.
Montreal knows that they are the 2 seed in the playoffs. They know that they have home ice advantage in the semifinals starting this week. They could have mailed it in, but instead they scratched and clawed their way back, and they have a chance to play spoiler. Two minutes left in regulation. Will these 2 teams go to overtime for the 3rd time this season? Or is there a goal left? Here's Stacy all alone. Opts not to shoot. Keppel, and it's blocked by Keller. Mueller, open ice. Mueller all alone. Alina Mueller. Oh, saved by Debian. The crowd rising to their feet as one of the star rookies in this league had a chance to put the game on her stick.
When you see a star player like Alina Mueller with space like that, that's when you get excited. As a Boston fan, she had time to head up the ice, but Debian was able to track her. As we get another look from behind the goal, just couldn't squeak it. Looked like she was trying to go 5-hole.
Ozone faceoff won by Boston. Less than 90 seconds left in regulation. Fratkin. She scores! Kaylee Fratkin. It took the redirection. Boston back in front.
second goal of the season in a key moment. Only 1:20 left to play. Boston still with a chance to win it in regulation.
Was that the playoff clinching goal for PWHL Boston? After coughing up a 3-goal lead, Kaylee Fratkin, the 31-year-old defender from Burnaby, British Columbia, scores her second of the season, like you said, Bridget, later after she took a penalty. And this crowd is going ballistic.
Kaylee Fratkin just opting to take that shot, hoping for the bounce. And that's the kind of bounce Boston has been getting in the last few games of the regular season. Some of those kind of plays weren't happening earlier. It wasn't a perfectly placed shot, but it got the job done off the redirection and in. And now we'll probably see Davienne make a break for the bench real quick.
Boston back in control. Frankel has to cover up immediately as Davienne is on the bench. 1:11 to go. If this result holds, Boston is in the playoffs, but Montreal has come back from 3 goals down before. Can they even it up again?
Boston just needs to settle things down right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Courtney Kessel decides to take her timeout right here. And she's been trying to get the attention of the referee on the bench. So she's wanted to come talk about something. I'm guessing it's to just call this timeout. It's because if you're Boston, you need to take a deep breath right now. So much energy in the building after that goal. But now you have to find a way to hold Montreal off the board for the next minute 10. Doesn't look like they did call the timeout, but Courtney Kessel, maybe some gamesmanship to get Boston a bit of a breather.
Well, we said at the top of the show, the stakes don't get bigger than this. And in the final weekend of the regular season, the final 2 playoff berths are coming down to the wire. Boston looked like they were in great position to lock up a spot. Then it was 3-3. Then Kaylee Fratkin, off a friendly fire, was able to score. And Boston is 60 seconds away. The net is empty. Does Montreal have one last burst? Daou backhands it to the corner. Stacy now to the left point. This is Ambrose. 45 seconds. Ambrose in front. And it bounces wide. O'Neal hammers it back. Ambrose keeps it in. 40 seconds left. Stacy to Ambrose. Ambrose to Poulet. She winds up. And it's cleared by Boston.
Brown making a block and a clear right away.
Keller fighting for it at the blue line. Montreal with possession. Cross-ice pass. 20 seconds left. Brown. She got it out. Boston fans rise to their feet. And in the final game of the regular season, Boston is 3.4 seconds away after the whistle blows for offsides.
You feel the energy here in the crowd. They know they're about to watch their team make the first PWHL postseason if they can just hold on for a little bit longer. And with a face-off coming in the neutral zone, that takes away a lot of the time that Montreal has to score.
Agia will take the draw for Boston against Kristen O'Neal of Montreal. Fans are on their feet. Refs are just going to look and confirm the time on the clock here.
It was hard to hear that whistle. We weren't sure when exactly it came because the crowd's so loud right now. It was hard to hear exactly when it came. So they're maybe potentially gonna put another second or maybe less than that back up on the clock.
This game has had so many twists and turns. The fans have been in it every step of the way. Hillary Knight opened up the scoring, 15-19 in the first period. Then Alina Mueller, then Megan Keller, and Boston Looked like they were smooth sailing to a playoff berth when they were up 3-0, but Montreal responded with a few counter punches of their own. 2 power play goals and the game tying goal from Marie-Philippe Poulet, only to have Kaylee Fratkin of Boston score at 18:40 to put Boston back in front.
We just had a shot of Kaylee Fratkin on the bench, fired up, talking to her teammates, just trying to make sure they finish out this last 3.4 seconds. It looks like they didn't add any time after all. No, it just went up to 6.2 seconds left. So that gives Montreal a little bit more time. Need a clean win on the draw, and also a clean entry into the zone. But that could be a big difference.
Lexia Gia takes the face-off for Boston. It's won by Montreal. Thrown in, and Boston has secured a berth in the inaugural PWHL playoffs. Kaylee Fratkin, the hero, with the game winner.